In this video, we're going to look at another type of gateway, the event-based gateway. And let's first describe what it actually does. The event-based gateway denotes an exclusive choice, but it's not based on data, but another participant takes the decision. And this is what it looks like. So a little diamond, the gateway, with two circles in it and a pentagon. After the event-based gateway, there can be things that interact with other participants. So, in other words, events. And what the event-based gateway does is that it waits for the first event that comes after it to happen, and then it puts a token in that branch. So it just waits for the first thing to go, and then it reacts accordingly. Let's look at the syntax of the event-based gateway. It can be used in two flavors, either with events and message events, or with tasks that receive messages. Notice that you cannot combine these two. So if you use tasks, you cannot use message event and vice versa. So this is not allowed. You can only use either message events or receiving tasks. What you can also not do is add tasks that do not have any message to an event-based gateway. And that is because an external participant should indicate or should decide which one of the branches will happen. And with a normal task, that's internal. That's the organization itself that decides it. So this is not allowed. Furthermore, of course, you cannot use sending messages either, because that's still something this organization does, and the event-based gateway is based on an external factor that decides. One final thing that is also not allowed is multiple incoming sequence flows into an event coming after an event-based gateway. Now, what is the difference between a normal XOR split and an event-based gateway? The XOR split is data-based. So when a token arrives, a decision is taken based on data that is ready within the organization. For the event-based gateway, it is event-based. It waits until the first event happens. So in other words, the XOR split is immediate. There is no waiting here. It's instant. While for the event-based gateway, we wait until the first event happens after the event-based gateway. So a token will wait before the event-based gateway. It will not continue at all until the first event has happened. The choice is deferred. Let's look at an example. Here we have a particular type of seller who will send the customer an offer. Then the event-based gateway waits until one of three things happen. Either the customer sends a buy message, or the customer sends a reject message, or we wait for 2 weeks and we're done. When the first of these three happens, then the token will continue along the corresponding path. Notice that we have here modeled a so-called timeout. If the customer does not send any message, so no buy message and no reject message, then nothing happens. The event-based gateway will wait until 2 weeks and then the process will continue. This wraps up the event-based gateway. The event-based gateway is a very useful gateway in communication with external parties, because rather than having the data sent over in a message and then deciding based on that, the event-based gateway will simply wait for one of several things that can happen. Can be messages, can be time, can be exceptions, and anything else. that will come and then take a decision based on that. So that's a very powerful tool.